Hello，大家好，欢迎回到 Day Translations. 我是 Kyle 老师, and today we're going to learn how to introduce and talk about our family in Chinese. But before we jump into the vocabulary lesson, I wanted to mention a few cultural aspects about family and family members in China. First of all, when addressing family members in Chinese, you'll notice that everyone has their own specific title. Now, this is kind of similar in English, as we call our parents mom and dad, and the same goes for our grandparents and our extended family. But not so much for our siblings, as we typically call them just using their own names. But in Chinese, everyone has their own title, even your brothers and sisters. And it's much less common to change these titles based on your own personal preference. For example, I called my mom's dad Papa, but other people may call their maternal grandfather using a different name. However, in Chinese, this is much less common, as the titles for family members are more consistent and specific among the majority of families in China. And another interesting cultural difference is that most families in China tend to stick in very close proximity to each other, if not all living under the same roof. So it's not uncommon to see 3 generations all living together. And due to the high cost of living in terms of rent or buying a house, most kids will live with their parents even into their mid-20s. And even if they do get a job and move out, it's still very common for them to make or receive multiple phone calls by their parents every day. Whereas in America, this still happens, it's just a lot less common. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's start our vocabulary lesson. In Chinese, the word for family is 家庭, 家庭. But this refers to the family or household as a whole, not really the people in it. Family, meaning family members, would be 家人, 家人. And as you can see, this includes the word 人, which literally means people. So this is an easy way for you to differentiate between 家庭, family or household, and 家人, for your family members. Next, let's take a look at a few basic family member names. Starting with mom and dad, we have Mama and Baba. Can you guess which is which? Well, Mama sounds a lot like mom, right? Mama. Mom. So that's an easy way for you to differentiate between these two. And for our siblings, in English, we may say, this is my brother, or that's my sister, regardless of their age in relation to our own. But in Chinese, there are 4 names for our brothers and sisters, depending if they're older or younger than you. The 4 basic sibling names in Chinese are 哥哥, 弟弟, 姐姐, 妹妹. 哥哥, 弟弟, 姐姐, 妹妹. Notice that for all names with reduplicated characters, the second character is pronounced using a neutral tone. First tone characters like ma and ge, when saying the full name, the tone on the second character is dropped. Mama, 哥哥. And the same goes for fourth tone characters like ba, di, and mei. The full names are pronounced Baba, Didi, Mei Mei. And lastly, the third tone character, Jie, when saying the full name, sounds like Jie Jie. So, a quick review. Mama, Baba, 哥哥, Didi, 姐姐, 妹妹. Now, with that basic vocabulary lesson out of the way, let's now take a look at how to actually introduce our family members. For this is my mom, we'd say 这是我妈妈. 这是我妈妈. And that is my older sister would be 那是我姐姐. 那是我姐姐. Breaking this down, 这是 means this is, and 那是 means that is. And for the word my, we would typically say 我的. But when it comes to people in close relation with you, like your friends or family, that the gets dropped. So we wouldn't say 我的妈妈. Instead, we'd say 我妈妈. And the same goes for all your other family members as well. So using 这是 and 那是, combined with all of the basic family member names that we learned in this video, you should now be able to do basic introductions of your own family in Chinese. That's all I have for you in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated with more educational Mandarin content. 我是凯尔老师，下个视频见。